First of all, I am very, very thankful to all of you for giving tremendous response to all the offers made during Festival Bonanza. We have received overwhelming response. Thank you. Thank you. So this is AKS Lani from Smart VRC. Today's topic is feeling left behind. So we are going to show you the way. In stock parlance, it is very famously known as FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. People were sitting on cash, and during March, April, market went down, and they were expecting further dip in the indices, in the stock markets. But the market turned around and it made a V-shaped recovery. They didn't get the chance. They are still holding cash and they are waiting for a big correction now. And also at the same time, they are fearing that they have missed the rally. That is known as FOMO. So GDP numbers are out for the second quarter, and GDP numbers are way better than the expectations, than the forecasts of almost all the analysts. Majority of the people, they were expecting a contraction of about 10%, about 9.5% for the second quarter. But in reality, it turned out to be mere 7.5%. Yes, it is a contraction, but that contraction is much, much lower than what we have witnessed in the first quarter. The first quarter, the contraction was minus 23.9%. And for the second quarter, the contraction stands at merely 7.5%. That is minus 7.5%. So that is a big, big improvement compared to the first quarter. Yes, theoretically speaking, it is a recession. A recession means 2 consecutive quarters with contraction in GDP. Yes, we are theoretically in recession. But what matters is how was the trend? Trend is upcoming. And also this recession was not in a very natural form, but it was because of the unforeseen circumstances because of the COVID. So we need not be that much worried. Which were the major performers in the second quarter? The major performance were the farm sector, and its performance was very consistent in line with the first quarter at 3.4%. And in fact, it is the only the part of the GDP which has shown such a great performance. And as far as the construction is concerned, the growth was still negative at 8.6%, but way better than the 50.3% decline during the first quarter. The figures in brackets indicate the percentage change during the first quarter. In manufacturing, we have turned around, of course, with a small number only of 0.6% against minus 39.3% in the first quarter. Trade, hotel, and services, again, a very big improvement, but still a long way to go. And we can very well understand that these are the services which are most of the times which are not very much essential. So, and also these hotels and services, they were under the lockdown. They were not operative for major part of the first quarter and also for good part of the second quarter. These are the comments regarding the second quarter GDP by former RBI Governor, Mr. C. Rangarajan. These are the edited excerpts. He says that for a year as a whole, I expect the contraction to be around 8%. Yes, because in the first quarter it is already minus 23.9%. In the second quarter is already minus 7.5%. For the whole year, even 8% contraction is a good number. He says this is under the assumption that the second half of the fiscal will be as good as last year or slightly better. This is possible as agriculture will do better and manufacturing too can be better as the recovery process has started. Fairly decent comments and fairly positive comments. So this is how the BSE Sensex has performed, and this is the chart from 1st of January 2016 to actually it is to till date. That is the 27th November 2020, and as you can see, the recovery is so much steep and so much fast, and it has surpassed even the previous high, pre-COVID high of about 42,000, and presently it is touching 45,000, very near to 45,000. And when you see the graph for a period from 23rd of March when the bottom was formed, as you can see, the recovery is really very steep, and people are feeling that they have missed this rally. Those, especially those who sold the stocks and waiting for much lower levels of the market, lower levels of the indices, lower levels of the stock prices, they were not prepared for such a sharp rally. During this period, the Sensex has gained 70%. That is phenomenal. So just to give you an idea, if you put the amount in fixed deposit in a bank, it may take not less than 12 years to get those 70% returns. And these 70% are from the BSE Sensex. You can very well imagine what could have been if you would have been a good stock picker. Your returns could have been 90% or even 100%. That is the kind of returns you can get in such a short period from BSE Sensitive Index from stock markets only. But of course, there is no guarantee, no warranty, and no guarantee, only the possibilities and probabilities. You have to be very careful. And one of the reasons for such a sharp performance in stock indices and broad stock indices is the investment by FIIs, that is the foreign institutional investors. As you can see, during the month of March, they were the net sellers of about 65,000 crores, and during the month of November, they were the buyers of 65,000 crores. And in between also, most of the time, most of the months, they are made positive investments. And the reasons are not far to seek. Reasons are very simple, because the COVID infections are falling in India, and now they are stable around 40 to 45,000 per day. And on 17th of September, I think it was the peak, when 98,000 cases were reported in a single day in India. Not only the falling and stable COVID infections, but also you are all are aware, already a couple of vaccines have claimed their efficacy of more than 90%, and even one of them with 60 to 70%. So there are already 3 vaccines available at very advanced stage, and maybe in a couple of months they will be available in the market. And that is the reason why the stock investors are so optimistic of times to come. Now the question arises again and again where to invest, because index is already up 70%. 70% is a big jump, and in my career of 32 years, I have never seen such a jump in such a short period. It is only during the 8 months Sensex is up by 70%. That is phenomenal. Before proceeding further, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the products we have at Smart VRC. Basically, we have got 5 products. One of them, that is the Dr. Smart, is basically Dr. Smart is an advice on individual stocks in your portfolio. So that has been excluded. That is a bit different from the other products. And here what we are going to cover is the Smart Gains, the Smart Multi-Bagger, Smart Freedom Stocks, and Smart SIP. First, the target returns. Target returns in Smart Gains is about 30% annualized. In Smart Multi-Baggers, it is 40%. In Smart Freedom Stocks, it is a little less, 18%, because we are looking for long-term investments and bit safer investments. And Smart SIP is 15%, because here the investors are not much bothered about the short-term ups and downs, and they are not prepared, rather I can say, for faster changes in their portfolio, for faster amendments in their portfolio. They want cool investment, and so most of the time we are invested in large cap stocks, and that is how the returns are, expected returns are less. Coming to the risk, so depending on the returns, the risk is medium in Smart Gains. It is low to medium in Smart Multi-Bagger, because here we are concentrating on only the multi-baggers. There is a selected top picks where the expected returns are high and associated risk is bit low. Then Smart Freedom Stocks, again, the risk is low to medium, and in Smart SIP, the risk is low. In fact, in Smart SIP, during last 4-5 years, it is only the couple of months when we were in negative territory. Otherwise, most of the time we are in positive territory, and still at current juncture, we are about 22% in positive territory. Then coming to the type means type of contents. In Smart Gains, we provide one stock every week, and also there is a basket of stocks, which is known as Smart Billionaire Picks, in short SBP. In Smart Multi-Bagger, we advise only one stock. There is no basket. In Smart Freedom Stocks, we have a basket of 18 stocks, and in Smart SIP also, we have a basket of 18 stocks. That is the difference between various products. Holding period in Smart Gains, it varies from 3 months to 15 months. In Smart Multi-Bagger, 2 to 5 years. Yes, because we are looking for multi-baggers. Multi-bagger means minimum 100% returns. For that, you need a longer period. And Smart Freedom Stocks, this scheme is valid till 31st December 2025. Yes, still little more than 4 years are left. And Smart SIP is perpetual. All our advices are work in a closed loop fashion. Whatever advice we give for purchase, we have to give it for sell also. So in a way, works in a closed loop. Whenever the stock achieves the target, in case of Smart Gains or Multi-Bagger, then you will receive the notification. And similarly, if it triggers a stop loss, then also you receive a notification. And even otherwise, if there is some exigency and we want to exit from the stock, then also you will receive the notification. And also, we give the allocation advice. As I keep on saying repeatedly, that allocation is very, very important. Allocation means how much weightage you will provide to a single stock in your portfolio. All our advices are supported with research reports. Whatever we advise to buy, there is a research report, and that research report is available on the website. Philosophy is same. Whether it is smart gains or multi-bagger or smart safe or smart freedom, philosophy is same. It is the intrinsic worth. What is the real worth that matters? Whatever we buy from the market, whether we buy a television or refrigerator, we always look for how much we are spending and how much we are getting, how much returns we are getting. Return in the terms of worth. Same holds good for stocks also, but unfortunately, investors are not aware what is the real worth. As far as the market capitalization is concerned of the stocks advised in smart gains, all types of market caps are advised. In smart multi-bagger, again, all caps. It can be a large cap, medium cap, or small cap, but most of the time in smart multi-bagger, it is the medium cap. In freedom, it is mainly the large cap, and in smart SIP also, it is mainly the large caps. Frequency, smart gains is published every Wednesday. Multi-bagger, there is no fixed date or no fixed periodicity, but on an average, 25 days, we publish one report. So on a year, you will get about 12 to 15 stocks advised in smart multi-bagger. Coming to the freedom, again, the frequency is 25 days, and in smart safe, is the 5th of the month, 5th of every month. Often investors ask me how much I should invest. So that depends on your capacity. That depends on your allocation of equity in your total portfolio. What we can guide you is how much percentage of your portfolio should be invested in particular stock. So we give the allocation, or what we call is the weightage. The last one is the subscription price. These subscription prices are excluding GST, and these are very, very attractive compared to the kind of returns we are delivering. It's 4,000 for smart gains, 7,500 for 1 year for multi-bagger, 6,500 for smart freedom, and 3,000 rupees for smart SIP. So far, this was about the product comparison and the performance-wise. As you can see, Smart Billionaire Picks, this is a part of Smart Gains. It has delivered 92.79% during the period from 23rd of March to till date. During the same period, Sensex has returned 70%. Similarly, Smart Freedom has gained 78.53% during the same period. As you can see, we have outperformed in the BSE Sensex. And not only that, we have hardly any stock from the BSE Sensex in our schemes. That is the beauty, because we are looking for the stocks, future stocks of BSE Sensex. So coming back, now the question arises, are the valuations justified? Why this question arises? This question arises because Sensex levels, what we are today, is higher, even the pre-COVID level. As you can see, the pre-COVID level, Sensex was about 42,000, and today it is 4,200 or touching 45,000. Are they justified? It all depends how the future pans out, how the corporate delivers the performance in times to come. Not only that, because almost all the countries around the world, they have given lots of stimulus to their economy. There is a lot of liquidity available in the economies around the world, and that will keep the stocks propped up. That will keep the valuations high. So sector-wise, our advice is like this: auto and related, be very cautious, because there was a pent-up demand, then there was a festival. Now the real show begins. Hotel, tourism, cinema, stock-wise action is desirable. Metals, profit booking, because the raw material prices were very, very low during the June quarter. That advantage has been taken by the manufacturing, metals, and other related sectors. Finance and related, still there are stocks with good upside potential in medium to long term. Cement, we advise profit booking because of the low energy. These companies have reported good jump in profit margins, but that may not continue in times to come. Pharmaceuticals, be very selective. Specialty chemicals, partly book profits because couple of leading stocks, rather I should say, are quoting at premium valuations. Agrochemicals, yes, remain invested or even selectively you can buy because the farm sector, that is the agriculture sector, is going to continue to perform well. FMCG, most of the stocks, it is time to exit. Real estate, be very cautious. IT, again, be very selective because with the end of COVID, again, the IT sector digitization move, or rather I should say the wave, may not continue with the same vigor. Infrastructure, only the road construction holds promise. Pharmaceutical API is a good sector and you can hold on. In general, paper you can make an exit. So it is not the index level which will decide your returns if you are investing for long term. Yes, it is not the index level, it is the stock. Currently, there may be about 5 to 10 stocks which are going to outperform the Sensex or other indices by way top margins in times to come, irrespective of where the indices go. Yes, the short term, your stocks may move with the Sensex, but in the long term, it is the financial performance of the company which will decide the returns. So you can buy selectively and be very specific and be very particular to the valuations. It is the valuations which counts. Thank you. Thank you. So if you have got any queries, you can raise your hand in the chat box. Yes, I'm not able to read the name.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. My name is Ashish Diwan. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. Ashish. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, there are two questions I would like to ask you.
Yeah.
One question is that since the FIIs were exiting in the month of March, and now they are putting the money back. So,
Yeah.
does that mean that FIIs could not understand the market? So, if they were invested in March, they would have got 70% return.
Yeah. Very interesting question. And let me tell you, in the month of March, domestic institutional investors, they bought heavily while FIs were selling. Am I right?
Okay.
Yeah. So investors were buying, investors of mutual funds. When I say domestic institutional investors, then most of them are the mutual funds. They were buying and FIs were selling because they don't want the uncertainty. Nobody knew that the market will make a bottom on 23rd March when the index was around 26,000 points. And everybody was very cautious, everybody. And most of the investors, they were sitting on cash. Even as a retail investor, many of the investors I know, they have sold their holdings and they were sitting on cash. And if you go by the performance in terms of returns of FIs or the mutual funds, you will find that their performance is not that good as compared to index. Yes. And almost in more than 90% of the days, when the FIs are buying, domestic institutional investors are selling. And if domestic institutional investors are buying, FIs are selling. So it is very clear. We should not go by what they are doing. You should have your own perspective. You should look from your own angle. For FIs, even 10% returns are very good in terms of the US market. But for us, we should earn at least 20% returns because index itself is delivering 13 to 14% returns. And if we are investing directly into equity, we should earn at least 18 to 20% returns. Otherwise, we should invest in the index funds. So
Yeah.
I hope I answered your query.
Yeah. And one more thing. See, when you have when see, I have portfolio in which some of the stocks are 34% down or 40% down. Some of the stocks.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of buying new stocks, should I go and average those stocks so that the as per the current market value, I get the 20% 20% valuation in positive. So I can
See,
average my stocks. Yeah.
it is very simple.
What to,
You ask yourself, if had you not been holding those stocks, would you buy today? It is as simple as that. Averaging is advisable only if the future prospects are very good, rather I should say excellent. Not just because it has come down from your purchase price that you have to pay. It should not be the criteria. Criteria should be, what is the future performance, expected performance. That should be the criteria.
but if I average my stocks, so I can cover my loss by some
It
amount of.
depends. It depends. If your stock rises, then only you will be able to cover your loss, and stock will rise only based on your the financial performance of the underlying company in the long term. In the short term, if market rises by say 1,000 points or 2,000 points, definitely your stock will also rise. But if you are invested in a good company with a better future prospects, that would be a better option for you. You will get much more higher returns. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you.
Mr. Rajesh Chokkam, kindly unmute yourself.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
From March 23rd to the current day, there was a recovery of 90% in smart gains product.
Yeah.
But you have not mentioned the returns about this multi-bagger, smart multi-bagger product. How was it performed from March 23rd?
Yeah, because
was missing.
the performance, what I have showed is for the basket of the product. That is, in smart gains, again, there are two parts. One is the pick of the week, and the other is the smart billionaire picks. So, what performance I have shown you is the smart billionaire picks, because that was the time when we were invested in 18 stocks, and today also we are invested in 18 stocks. But stock wise, I cannot show you the performance because we are investing only periodically. We are not investing regularly. So I'm comparing basket with the basket.
I just wanted to know the multi-bagger product.
Sir, multi-bagger is also the same thing. It is not a basket. It is only the individual stocks.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lalit. Mr. Lalit.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sir, I wanted to know that at present, as the government has allowed for the investment in the small finance companies.
Mm-hmm.
So, are these small finance companies stocks are growing since last 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
So, it is going to be continuing in the longer period. It will benefit from this as the Bajaj Finance is there, Aditya Birla Capital is there.
Okay, it is like this. You will agree, economy in general is not at the same position as in the pre-COVID level. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and also a lot of people have seen pay cuts. But
yes,
the performance of the indices does not reflect such thing. Even the performance of the corporate performance is not reflecting that thing. The reason is the most of the impact has been on the small and medium enterprises, and those are not covered under the index, or those are not under the listed companies. So we are not able to see their performance. But that is truly reflected in the total GDP. GDP has contracted, but the total performance of the corporate sector has not contracted. So we should avoid the small companies presently, and we should be concentrated on even the large companies or the well-established companies in their area. Rather than going for, we should not venture and invest in small companies which have yet to prove their performance. That is the ultimate thing I wanted.
Okay. So Bajaj Finance.
I don't give advice stock wise in this forum. If you are invested in, if you have subscribed to any of our products, then you know very well what we are doing with Bajaj Finance.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. No.
Thank you. Mr. Sachin Yadav.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I am able to hear you.
Okay. I have one question. If I'll subscribe for a smart gain product, then there will be a weekly update, right?
Yes, sir.
Then it is supported with research report, right?
Sorry, I could not get you. Can kindly repeat?
See, in smart gain product, it's a weekly update and it's supported with report.
Yes, sir.
Your research report.
Yes.
If I have an if I subscribe and if I have some question about that particular stock, so it is possible that I could get it answered from your side.
Yes. You can ask on WhatsApp. We will reply you within 2 hours.
Okay.
Anything
Okay.
else? Anything else?
No, nothing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Vijay Deshmukh. Yes, sir. Your query.
नमस्ते सर.
नमस्ते.
आपको आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ, आपकी आवाज आ रही है. आप पूछिए ना सर.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप?
हाँ, आ रही है सर.
हाँ, ये मैं स्मार्ट बिलियनियर के साथ में अब हमने स्मार्ट ये ऑप्ट किया है मल्टी बैगर.
जी.
हल.
जी बताइए सर.
मल्टी बैगर का मैंने जो रिकॉर्ड देखा है, मैंने तो मेंबरशिप ले ली है. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन खाली एक प्रश्न पूछना चाह रहा था कि जनवरी 18 से लगा के जनवरी 20 तक के जितने भी रिकमेंडेशंस आपकी रही थी इसमें, वो लगभग सभी स्टॉप लॉस टारगेटेड ट्रिगर्ड हुए थे सब पे ही. और अभी आप खैर आपका स्टडी ज्यादा बेहतर है, हम निश्चित रूप से, और उसके बावजूद हमने उसको लिया ही है, लेकिन कुछ कारण अपन जान सकते हैं कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ कि लगातार स्मार्ट इसमें मल्टी बैगर में जितने भी रिकमेंडेशन थी सब स्टॉप लॉस जो है सबके ट्रिगर्ड हुए थे.
क्या होता है जो हम स्टॉप लॉस देते हैं वो नॉर्मली 10 से 15% नीचे होता है. जो रूलिंग प्राइस उससे होता है उससे 10 से 15% नीचे होता है, ज्यादा 20% नीचे होता है. जो मार्केट गिरा था मार्च में 23 मार्च को, तो इंडेक्स जो है 42,000 से गिर के 26,000 पे आ गया था, है ना. तो ये करीब 40% होता है. जब इंडेक्स 40% गिर जाता है तो नेचुरल है सारे स्टॉक्स, मतलब चाहे वो बजाज फाइनेंस हो चाहे मारुति हो, सबके सब स्टॉक कम से कम 30% 40% नीचे थे. तो हमारे नेचुरल उस समय जो भी कॉल ओपन था सबके स्टॉप लॉस ट्रिगर हो गए, चाहे वो स्मार्ट गेन्स हो या मल्टीबैगर हो. ऐसा सबके तो नहीं कहूंगा मैं, लेकिन अराउंड 80-85% स्टॉक्स के जो है स्टॉप लॉस ट्रिगर हो. एंड व्हाट वी डिड इज, आप अगर पूरा उसको ध्यान से देखेंगे तो 18 मार्च को, मैं 23 मार्च से पहले की बात कर रहा हूँ, 5 दिन पहले 18 मार्च को हमने फिर से स्टॉक्स एडवाइज किए जिनके की स्टॉप लॉस 50% 60% नीचे थे उस डेट से. तो वी वर वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि ये स्टॉक्स जो है आउट परफॉर्म करेंगे. एंड ऑफ कोर्स वी वर नॉट नोइंग दैट 23 मार्च को वो बॉटम होने वाला है. हमने 5 दिन पहले ही वो चीज कर दी थी और वो सबके सब 100% स्टॉक्स ने अपना टारगेट अचीव किया. अगर आप ऐसा देखेंगे, दिस वाज समथिंग अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, अनबिलीवेबल, जो कोविड से जो रिएक्शन आया है, और स्टॉप लॉस तो ट्रिगर होना ही था, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है. एंड द थिंग इज कि वी वर एबल टू सी द फ्यूचर. अच्छी कंपनीज जो है आपको बिल्कुल रॉक बॉटम प्राइसेस पे मिल रही थी, हमने उनको फिर से रिकमेंड किया, सेम कंपनीज को हमने रिकमेंड किया. यू वोंट बिलीव in smart gains we recommended 13 companies on that date, single date में हमने recommend की. So it is not the short term जो events हो रहे हैं उसको हमें ध्यान में रखना चाहिए, लेकिन इतना भी नहीं कि हम long term को भूल जाएं. Long term को हमको बिल्कुल ध्यान में रखना. World is not coming to an end. That is the ultimate thing. You can review it. आप पुराना देख सकते हैं. हमने मल्टीबैगर के भी 4 या 5 स्टॉक्स एडवाइस किए थे 18 या 19 मार्च के आसपास. Is it okay? Mr. Veeran?
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है. अदर देन इक्विटी, बिटकॉइन एज एन एसेट क्लास का फ्यूचर आपको कैसा लग रहा है बिटकॉइन का?
बिटकॉइन वी डोंट एडवाइस, और हमारा उस पर कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. इट इज हाईली, एक तो दो बातें हैं. एक तो इट इज नॉट जनरेटिंग समथिंग. जैसे गोल्ड होता है, गोल्ड इज नॉट इन इटसेल्फ, इट इज नॉट ए प्रोडक्टिव एसेट. एंड बिटकॉइन इज हाईली वॉलेटाइल. उसमें कुछ भी फ्यूचर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स कैसे रहेंगे, क्योंकि उस पर कोई कंपनी नहीं है. वी कैन नॉट फाइंड आउट हाउ विल बी द फ्यूचर प्रोस्पेक्ट. इट इज हाईली स्पेकुलेटिव इन नेचर. सो वी डोंट एडवाइज टू इन्वेस्ट इन बिटकॉइन. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of today's presentation. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much for subscribing to our products. Thank you. Have a good day.